For a very long time, there were a lot of things that I did not talk about. I kept them to myself, I suppressed them, I allowed those things to burden my heart by not giving myself space and room to share them. I didn't talk about losing my mother when I was 14 and allowing myself to grieve that loss. I didn't talk about suppressing and struggling with my sexuality and my identity. I didn't talk about dealing with an addiction to pornography that I struggled with for many years. And one of the things that I know now that I didn't know before is that I didn't talk about those things out of fear and out of shame. I didn't talk about losing my mom out of the fear that I actually had to realize that she's no longer here. I didn't talk about my sexuality out of fear of what others would think of me, out of shame, out of thinking that people in my life would no longer love me. And I most definitely didn't talk about porn because that is something I did in the dark. It was definitely something that I have a lot of had a lot of shame over. So you might be asking why? Why am I talking about this now? One of the reasons I'm talking about this now is because, for one, I'm comfortable talking about all of these things. I've been through quite a journey of healing, of dealing with those things, and of talking about those things with other people who were able to help me navigate those feelings and reconcile them and come to accept my reality. But another reason I want to talk about it is because I know that many people today, my age, younger, older, have been through things or are going through things that they aren't talking about. And I believe that us not talking about things is a big reason that a lot of us experience depression and anxiety, find ourselves in addictions that last for a very long time. And I know my personal journey of talking about things and being vulnerable, choosing to be courageous, has helped me to heal and find freedom and find joy and find happiness in this life. And I truly wish everyone was happy and was healthy. But I know that if we continue to have a culture in which we don't have certain conversations, in which we don't talk about those things, we really remain in a state of darkness. In me sharing my story, talking about my journey, I hope that it will give someone else the courage to talk about theirs. So some of you might know me, we might be friends, or you might be a family member, or others of you might know me from social media. You might have seen me singing and playing guitar or making a vlog. Hey, I'm Joyson. I'm from Baltimore. We say too. I'm a proud funkle. I'm a social entrepreneur, among many other things. But in this podcast, you're really going to get to know me. I'm going to be sharing a lot of things about things that I've been through, things that I've dealt with, things that I'm going through, things that I'm dealing with. I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to be very open, but I'm also going to invite you to do the same. I'm going to invite you to ask me questions, leave a comment, DM me on Instagram at Joyson Belisamore. Let me know if there's a question that I might have an answer for. Maybe share a piece of vulnerability, something that you're currently dealing with, or have dealt with in the past that you'd like to share and really need to no longer keep in silence. Maybe you have a triumph. Maybe you've been through something and know that there's something on your heart that might be helpful to someone else going through the same thing. I would love to share that with viewers and listeners of this podcast. I want to share things that I didn't fully realize or know or believe that I now do. The first one being that I'm fearfully and wonderfully and beautiful made. The second one being that there is nothing that has overtaken me that is not common to men. As a matter of fact, many of the things that I was too ashamed to talk about that I was going through are things that many other guys, many other people were also dealing with. And the third thing is that there is a God that has a beautiful plan for my life, that wants to see me prosper, that desires not to harm me, but has plans for a hopeful and a vibrant future. And part of believing that really helped me to get to where I am today. And I hope that today or one day you will believe those same things and realize that you don't have to stay in shame or silence about anything that you've gone through or are currently going through. If you made it to the end of this video, first of all, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you deciding to use some of your time to listen to me make this video. But also leave a like, subscribe so that you will be alerted when I put out the very first episode, along with additional episodes and content that will be coming out in the near future. And yeah, this is going to be the vulnerable space with Joyson.